how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called Ted Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it light. It's 30 minutes long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro pride.
Assemblonga donga, assemblonga donga, it's proper class, it's proper class. Assemblonga donga, he'll steal your lass, he'll steal. You've seen on my video I've done before, he's had a go on Big Fat Jolie, but he scored goals, he got us some goals, didn't he, at the weekend? A nice little brace there against Queen's Park Rovers, so I'm well happy about that, you know what I mean? We got a point, didn't we? We got a point there, and we scored goals, so that's good for the Boro. That's really good. I'm dead excited. I'm feeling optimistic, you know what I mean? And it's 21st episode, you know what I mean? 21 today. Ooh. I don't know if that's a song what you sing on 21st birthday. It's been a while. I can't really remember, man, to be honest. I was a bit smashed and I'd been drinking like loads of brown ale and blastaways. If you don't know what a blastaway is, it was a castaway mixed with a diamond white. And it was an eventful night. I remember we went to this little Greek parmesan restaurant in Stockton. It's no longer there. It was up a little back alley called Elise's. It was shit all. It was horrible, you know what I mean? But I remember I fell asleep with my head in my parmo, and I woke up and my mate Sin Bob was eating my parmo, his parmo, and my other mate's parmo, and he was drinking this pint where he didn't notice, and we'd put loads of peas in the bottom of it as well. So he was drinking this pint wrecked and downing mushy peas as well. It was a fun night. That's the type of thing we used to do when we were younger. You know what I mean? We're a bit mental and stuff like that. But hey, it's a great show for you today. I've got as my guest in the studio probably one of my favourite comedians on the circuit, and this person is going to be big. He's going to be very big. He's going to be bigger than Janino, and I don't just mean in height. He's probably about the same height as Janino, actually. I can't. Well, anyway, he's going to be a massive big deal on the comedy circuit. So strap your lugs in, because this is going to be a belter of a show.
Whiskey's good proof in water. Tells you who's real and who isn't. You might need a full bottle after listening to today's show.
Thank you very much there, Pinky Blindy, Tommy Shelby there. Cheers, mates. Right then, so I'm very excited to have on my TED Talks podcast this week Mr. Saturday Night himself, Jack Gleadow. Jack, how you doing, mate? All right?
All right, thanks, Ted. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Really, really chuffed to have you on my show. You're one of probably, 3 proper comedians I've had, and all the others have been a bit naff, to be honest. I won't name them. I won't name any names. But first question for you, mate. What have you had for your tea tonight?
I've had steak and chips with some dough balls.
Freaking hell.
I burnt my hand on the oven when I did it as well.
Must be paying well. Comedy for you, mate. Fucking steak and duck balls. I had bird's eye potato waffles, right? 2 of them with a Findus crispy pancake and some beans, because that's all I had left in the freezer, and it was raining, so I didn't want to go to the shops. So you've had a good meal there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I didn't ask what you had for your tea. Why are you telling me that?
It's all right, mate. You know, I ask the questions, you'll give the answers. That's how it
all
works.
Right,
okay. Jack, you're a comedian. You're from Hull, right? I've had Hull. It's how you say it, don't you? Is it Hull?
Yeah, we can't pronounce the letter H, so
you've just pronounced it.
Well, oh yeah, haven't I? Yeah.
Never mind. Well, I know.
Well, they say never say never, don't they? But when you say that, you say it twice.
That's a good reference there. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've noticed that because I had what's that comedian called from Hull? David Smith, you know, the one who looks a bit like a ball bag.
Yeah.
He's got an
head
like
let me just look at me. Yeah, I'm looking at Dave now. Yeah.
He's got like one of them heads that looks like it's permanently disfigured in the wind. And I've had this conversation with him. He won't mind us talking about this. You've gigged with David, haven't you, a few times?
Yeah, I know, Dave. And yeah, he's got a strange head. Well, I think a lot of comedians have a strange head, though, don't they? Like, I think you can't look attractive and normal if you're a comedian. I mean, for the listeners, I'm one of the exceptions. I look like a supermodel, but most of us, they look ugly, don't they?
They do, yeah. I mean, not everyone can quite pull off the earlier Russell Brand look, can they? There's, even he's gone a bit downhill now with that big badger beard. But you're right, yeah. There's a lot of comedians out there who are quite frankly munters, aren't they?
Yeah, like, I don't know. We wouldn't be able to do any other job if it wasn't this, really, where we could make a living. No one would be able to like work in a shop with the way some of the people look.
It's very true. I mean, you were getting lots of gigs though, so your looks aren't clearly putting people off. I get absolutely none, and I've been put onto almost a radio show format. So what does that say?
I think it says maybe sort your teeth out, Ted. I think. Try and sort that out a bit.
I'll have you know, this is a birth defect where I was a bit like Freddie Mercury, where I was born with an extra 27 teeth in my mouth compared to a normal bloke. But, but that gave Freddie an extremely amazing talent. Yeah. What has it given you? I can eat an apple through a tennis racket. Can you do that? I think that's better than Bohemian Rhapsody. It probably is, yeah. Well, whilst I'm singing Fat Bottom Girls as well, because that's my favourite song. Am I right in thinking, Jack, that you played a massive gig in your hometown of Hull recently? Was it at the Bonus Arena? No, it wasn't at the Bonus Arena. It was at the Hull Truck Theatre. The Hull Truck Theatre? Yeah, it was, yeah. It was like 400 seater and sold it out, and yeah, it was amazing. Just my first like big solo show done myself, so yeah, it was a good night. That's class. That's class, that, mate. I bet you were proper buzzing on that stage and you looked up and all them people were holding up banners going, Jack, we love you, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, just my mum and dad. But yeah, no, it was great. Where did them knickers come from? I was excited when the knickers came down at first, then I recognised them. So, imagine that though, really, if your mum threw her knickers at you, I wouldn't be happy, mate. Well, imagine, like, Tom Jones used to get knickers thrown at him a lot. Yeah. You never, if I ever threw knickers on a stage, you'd never be fully sure that there wasn't a little bit of shit on it, would you? Well, that's true, yeah. Certainly. So, are you saying you don't like them, or are you saying these are for you? Like, it's a bit unclear, isn't it, with throwing underpants? Yeah. I think I'd like to filter through them and, like when you're sorting your wash pile out and you do like the darks, the whites and the colours, I'd probably do like a little pile of Skiddies, a pile of dribbles and the ones that I think, I'm going to have a sniff of them because they look quite nice and clean. And the other ones, I'll have as reserves. Yeah. Could you throw them back out as well? No, take them all over me. People pay for them on the interweb, Smelly knickers. Underpants? Yeah. Really? Yeah, honestly, yeah. If you can get hold of a pair of celebrity pants as well, you're making a killing. Honestly, you really are. What? Yeah, but what's the price level? Like, what if I managed to get Nick Knowles underpants? Would that be worth it? Nick Knowles, I'm telling you, right, he's a bit of he makes a lot of mums moist, Nick Knowles. If you can get hold of Nick Knowles pants, right, I reckon you're probably looking at least 250 quid for them on eBay. Neil Morrissey, I reckon he's still got a bit of a following. I'd probably say 100 quid tops. All right, skid or no skid? I think, would a skid put value up or would it put value down? I think it'd put value up in this instance. I think it would put value up if the skid resembles something, like the Shroud of Turin or something like that. So Neil Morris's would resemble Bob the Builder. A Bob the Builder skiddy in his pants, I reckon that's probably going to take it into 500 marks, that. Bloody hell. What about from Rainbow? Zippy from Rainbow. Did Zippy wear knickers? No, the bloke that was in the suit. Oh, right, okay. It's not a suit, is it? That? No, it's a puppet. He's a puppet one, he's a bee.
Which one? Yeah, which one's the suit?
Are you on about Bungle?
Bungle, that's it.
Bungle, the only bear on TV who walks around naked all day but puts his pyjamas on for bed.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's creepy enough, isn't it, with Bungle? Dirty bastard.
I just got a picture of a Bungle. How was that? It looks terrifying.
He had a weird voice as well, didn't he? Like, he was like...
It was real posh British.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey from Rainbow, how much for his...
I think he's dead now, so it might have a bit of a value spike on them. If you,
well, at least we know where to find him.
You think he was buried with all his wabs?
Yeah, well, no, he'll have one pair on, why, surely?
I don't know. Is that a prerequisite that you've got to wear underpants to be buried in? Because I'd probably want to go commando, me.
Yeah, but I was going to say it'll chafe on your pants if you got jeans on, but you won't know, will you? Yeah, I think, no, if you can't just go, like... with like pants and shirt, you might I'd put gloves on and scarf. You might as well go the whole hog. Yeah, you never know. If something happens, you're like, oh, yeah, then you can use every bit of the thing to escape and get back up.
Yeah,
I thought this through.
If there's some type of zombie virus that takes all of you, but you come back to life in the winter, you ready, aren't you?
It's genius. Can we patent that?
We could do, yeah. Zombie gloves as well stops the flesh deteriorating and keeps your fingers warm.
Is that the tagline?
Yeah. And then we'll have like a zombie walk on and go, zombie gloves. Like that. And then his knob falls off.
Oh God.
Yeah. It'd be quite good, that. I reckon we're onto that. I talk about going on Dragon's Den all the time on this podcast. That's another good one.
Well, we've already got that. We got Celebrity Skids.
Yeah. CelebritySkids.com.
That's another business. Yeah.
It's a good one.
I know they do them where you can pay like a bit of money for them to say happy birthday, don't they? There's a website where
I got one off Wagner off X Factor before.
Oh, did you? How much did you? It's very expensive. You have to pay like 25 quid for some of them.
Yeah. I think someone paid 20 quid and he was like, hey, hello, Ted, it's me, Wagner of the X Factor. Happy birthday, Ted. And then he turned around and just swished his ponytail at me, dead sexy.
Wow.
It was lovely. It was a really nice message.
Do you do celebrity personal messages for people as well?
I do on my website. Actually, I've had one or two people ask for them. There was a guy called Frankie. Well, his Mrs. K sent it to and said, "Can you do Frank your birthday message?" So I took my dog Branko into the woods and recorded it. And as I was recording it, Branko started having a big shit. So I filmed that. I just filmed him having a shit. Going, there you go, mate. Happy birthday. That's a birthday shit off Branko. And sent him that. Got 20 quid.
Another business, celebrity dog poo.
Celebrity dog poo, yeah. Hey, do you know what? Do you reckon you could say like Morgan Freeman's dog? Would you would be able to get more from Morgan Freeman's dog shit than, I don't know, Martin Clunes, wouldn't you?
I remember the first time I picked up that dog shit.
He was having a deep shit. Yeah, it'll be good, that. Right, so we've got celebrity dog shit. We've got celebrityskids.com. We've got zombie gloves. These are good inventions, these. I'm jotting all these down now. Good. Like that one. That's good. Yeah, so anyway, going back to your gig, mate. So there was no knickers through at you, but we've got a plan if there was. How long did you do then? How long was the show?
Did about 75 minutes. So it was like an hour and 15. I don't know why I clarified that was an hour and 15. Most people know that.
No, most of these listeners won't know that, mate. Trust me.
So, yeah, I did that. And I came back on at the end and sang, did an encore. Because I didn't expect this, but everyone stood up at the end and there was clapping for about 2 minutes just while I was standing there and stuff. So I got quite emotional at that point. But
you didn't cry, did you?
No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry. I didn't cry but then I said, right, I'm going to sing Tom Jones. It's Not Unusual now. And everyone laughed. But then it got a bit awkward when I actually did sing Tom Jones. It's Not Unusual. And they were like, oh, he's actually doing it. And everyone was still standing up clapping. And they're like, oh no, this is definitely happening. And then I probably killed the vibe by just going, no, actually, I'm gonna sing one of my favourite songs now.
I can just imagine, like, there's a reviewer and watching it going, yeah, fantastic show there by Jack Gleadow, really groundbreaking performance. Ruined it by singing Tom Jones at the end.
I think...
You should have picked a better song, like Kiss. It's always a good one, that. You don't have to be beautiful.
I've never found the clip, but apparently there's a clip of him singing that on TV, and he gyrates and goes, Kiss, and his pants split.
Oh.
Which, to me, sounds like the funniest video that ever exists. If anyone can find it, because I've been looking for it, if anyone can find that, that'll make my day.
That's class. I can just imagine it. Go, Kiss! Oh, I split my pants. Hey, you can see my undies.
And they got a skiddy on.
I'm nearly popping out my pecker. Quite good. I'm going to look that up. It might be out there, I watched one on, I think it was Tom Jones at the Proms the other night. It was on BBC 4 or something like that. And he was dancing. Like I thought he was poorly at one point because I thought he was having a bit of a fit. But that's how he was dancing with his shirt wide open. I thought, is he too hot? And he's going into a bit of a seizure. But apparently that's what the ladies loved. Seizure Tom.
He's not lost his looks. He's kind of changed his looks because he looks a bit out of it now. I think he should. Like, I love him to bits. He's one of my favourite singers. But come on, Tom. I just want to be mates with him. That's the truth of it. If I can go on tour with Tom Jones, that'd be the dream.
I've always wanted to touch his hair.
Well, I think it'd be real bouncy and springy.
Well, you think that, but it just looks like white smoke coming off his head.
Maybe it is. He slept with that many women. Maybe it's just the sizzle, the smoke.
Yeah.
You can fry a steak on the top of it.
But he'll have had some flange over the years, like Tom Jones. Oh my word!
Well, he was with his wife, and he still carried on sort of stuff, but they kind of had as long as she don't know about it or who it is, which I think Roger Daltrey had the same thing, but it's not a bad deal, is it?
It's a good arrangement, yeah. Me and Julie, Big Fat Julie, we had an arrangement where basically whenever I wanted to have some sex with her, I had to beg. Normally for like 15 minutes, various chocolate bars involved. I'd offer her a double-decker, a Boost, a Chomp, and I'd try and entice her into the bedroom. And she sort of eat them along the way because she wouldn't wait. And then she'd lie there while I did the business whilst eating a curly whirly. She's not a very very sexy woman. She always involves chocolate in the deal.
Is that like a bartering system? You've kind of got if you don't bring chocolate, you don't get to see the chairman.
Yeah, it's either chocolate or pastry products. She wouldn't turn down a beef slice either, and that's not a euphemism. So yeah, she
definitely sounds like one.
She's a lovely lady, hungry one. So one of the things I'm trying to do now is, because like you'll have seen, I've been giving out advertiser space on my podcast, but some of the adverts that have been coming in, I'm not sure if they're like proper adverts or not. Some of them are a bit a bit flaky. So I want to get out into the local area in Teesside and try and help local businesses and give them a bit of an advertising plug on my podcast as well. So I just think it's a good way to get me out in the community, and sometimes I can get the odd little freebie off them as well, like food or new tyres for me Capri or something like that, you know what I mean? So it's just good. I'm just trying to, share. Oh, got a burp there. It was a proper bad one. Just trying to share my advertising skills as well to increase the profitability of their businesses, because that's what I do, you know what I mean? I'm an innovator. So here's one I did for a local food business, a local restaurant in Stokesley. Welcome to Il Molino's in Stokesley. Exactly. That's right. We're just off College Square. TS9 5DN. From the team at the Mill, we bring you Il Molino. The Mill is another one of the businesses what we do. The perfect place to dine, relax and get together with your family and friends. Open daily from 9am, 7, breakfast and all that, you know what I mean? And if we dare mention the C word... what? Oh, God, I'm reading this off the website. I thought they were going to drop the C-bomb there. And Christmas. We now have our Christmas 2019 menu to view now. We also deliver Sunday roasts to your house and that, even though we're an Italian restaurant and a Sunday roast has got fucking all to do with being Italian. But we do it anyway because we're Il Molinos and we're proper class. That was like my Italian ending bit there. Book a table now for some scran at il-molino.co.uk. You don't have to be Italian to eat here because we're not Italian. Know what I mean?
I once heard a wise man say there were no perfect men. Only perfect intentions. That man was Ted Hanky.
Il Molino's there. Check it out and that. And some kind words from Morgan Freeman. So, back onto the old comedy there, Jack. You've won some awards over the years. I've been very impressed because I've been following your progress over the years.
Oh, thanks,
and,
Ted.
I know you picked up the coveted Leicester Mercury Award in 2018. That's a big one, isn't it? That's a big one.
Yeah, it was a good one. That the thing with that is because it's a competition with so much history, and some of the people that have won it have gone on to be like huge stars. So everyone says, "Oh, well, you kind of that's great, isn't it?" And it's brilliant. But I think people get confused and think that just because you have won it, don't mean that's definitely going to happen. You've still got to work hard and stuff and ply your trade. And I think that's one thing in comedy where people, I didn't realise certainly before I started doing it how much hard work it actually takes to be funny. Yeah. Like, I mean, you struggle, don't you, Ted?
Yeah, I always struggle, yeah. But I don't struggle to be handsome. So, swings and roundabouts.
I don't know, Ted, again, them teeth.
Right, okay, moving on. You've been on a comedy journey. I think I think one day you're going to be a household name. I think you'd absolutely smash Britain's Got Talent. And I think you're made for that perfectly. I think you know that as well. But do you see that as Last Chance Saloon? Or is that something you're considering?
Yeah. No, it's something I've always seen as something that, it could work, but also, because I'm so new in my career, really, if it didn't go right, it's a massive, hindrance, really. So I'd rather, I think if I ever did get some TV work, I'd rather kind of get there on my own back, and then, because even though you are getting there through Britain's Got Talent, I think I'd rather get it through other means. But yeah, it would be a good show to do. Have you thought about doing it, Ted?
It's funny you say this, right? I got a phone call off one of the the scouts, whoever they are, the talent finders, and they said to me, we're looking for comedians again this year. I was like, oh, all right, yeah, and we're wondering if you'd like to apply because we're aware of your stuff and we think you'd be good. And I was thinking to me, you haven't even watched any of our videos here. So I said, right, all right, well, I'll send you a clip of my latest stuff. So I sent him the bit where I've pulled out a giant diagram of a man's bumhole. And I sent him that, and I've not heard back from him since. So I think they've realised it's not family comedy.
Did you just pull out a picture of Simon Cowell's face?
Oh, I might have to edit this out of my podcast, because if you do go on there, this could ruin you. It could make the newspapers. Oh, winner of BGT was caught on a world famous podcast slagging off Simon Cowell's face like a bumhole. So, but
Hey, but that'd be great press for both
it would
of us.
actually,
So
wouldn't it? Yeah.
keep it in.
And I reckon I could draw his face in the style of a bumhole as well. So I might get some artistic work out of it as well.
And then he might shit himself, and then we got another celebrity skid.
Oh, that'd probably be up there with one of the most profitables, wasn't it? Cowles pants.
$5,000, I'm saying.
You think 10 grand? Yeah. I'd probably pay a little bit more for Amanda and Alicia's though, just from a personal point of view.
What do you think would be the most famous one? The one that would be like the golden, like, chapter, the best celebrity skid you could get.
The best celebrity skid. Oh, I think you'd get good dollar for Will Smith, but I can't imagine him ever doing a skiddy because that man's cool.
I think that just comes out like a Pringles can, just straight in.
Yeah, he'll have a really robust diet where he doesn't produce any moisture, but it's never a painful poo. It's just out plop. Don't even need to wipe. There you go. Off you go. Back on Men in Black 6. Donald Trump. Do you think people would pay for the Trump's pants?
I don't think they would. Well, some people would, some like fanatics. But that you'd pay for Melania's probably.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah. So Leicester Mercury Award, class, Amused Moose Awards through Hills Yargo. We won't talk about you won that award. Very good. A couple of other sort of smaller ones, and then worst Tash in Hull Award. I see at the bottom there as well.
What is the problem with my? I've not even properly got. Where you got that from? I'm genuinely offended. Now wrong with my Tash.
I seen a picture of you on social medias the other day with a little moustache, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful, Jack, but you looked like an ill Tom Selleck.
I do, don't I?
Ill Tom Selleck. Yeah. Magnum HIV or whatever. I don't know.
Magnum PPPI.
Just trying to do an acronym there, like Magnum PI. Magnum STI. But that'd be a good picture for your next poster. That get yourself like a Hawaiian shirt and lay across like a red Ferrari, holding a microphone as a gun. Gleadow PI, performance, importance.
Nah, there's got to be a better name than that. Tom.
Yeah, there probably is. The image is good though,
Tom
isn't it?
Selleck with dietary problems. Just call it that, and then just three men and no sustainable diet and a baby.
Yeah, I like it. And then you can superimpose Ted Danson and Steve Guttenberg either side of you as well, just looking at you with disgust as you're holding, instead of a baby, just holding a kebab.
Oh, that sounds like... my diet is pretty much kebab anyway, so that sounds like a dream.
Divulge a lot in chip spice, being from Hull.
Oh, chip spice is the best thing to come out of Hull since the M62. Like, chip spice is incredible. Have you ever had it?
Is it just like the chips you get at Five Guys and Nando's?
Nah, see, this is a common misconception. That's red salt. This is chip spice, which is red spice, which you could say it was red salt, but it's definitely not red salt. It's chip spice.
Is it just like paprika?
It's paprika, but it's not paprika because it's chip spice.
Right, all right, that answers that then. Yeah,
it's like saying, is it what's the apple? Is it Granny Smith or Pink Lady?
Ooh.
Two completely different things. That's a really good analogy. I'm quite proud of that.
That was good, yeah. David Smith was going on about chip spice before, and then we started talking about Parmos for Middlesbrough. Have you ever had a Parmo?
I am a really fussy eater, so I've probably not had a Parmo. I've heard they're like big things up there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like 3,000 calories. Basically, you can have a night out, drink loads of beer, and then go and get a Parmo, and then not wake up for a week because it's just knacked you. It's that heavy, but they are beautiful.
What's in a Parmo?
So a Parmo, right, it's like some flattened chicken, right? Which is like in breadcrumbs, and then it's deep fried, and then you put bechamel sauce on it and cheese, and then you have it with
is
chips.
that usually cheddar cheese?
It can be cheddar, it can be dairy. I don't know any other cheeses. red Leicester.
You've gone for cheddar and then a package what you buy from the shop. I love Dairy Lee cheese. I didn't eat sandwiches. Oh, what? Sorry.
A Dairy Lee Dunker. Do you like a Dunker?
No, I like it in a tub, and I have it on crackers.
Yeah. Oh.
Cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like normal cheese though. Like, I only like Dairy Lee. That's me. Like, I love Dairy Lee, but give me a cheddar. Nah, you're all right, mate.
Are you partial to Baby Bell?
I've never had a Baby Bell actually.
I've not had one. I've threw one at a dog. But
Is that still going? Is that still going, Baby Bell?
Yeah,
I've not seen the adverts in years.
No, they don't advertise
because the adverts
anymore,
used to be huge.
They did used to be like bar, Baby Bell and stuff like that, didn't they? And like they'd have little baby bells jumping around on like a hill and shit like that.
In the mid-noughties, that was our John Lewis Christmas advert. What's the new Baby Bell advert going to be?
Exactly. Yeah.
Listen to the bloody Ted Hanky Podcast now. It's called TED Talks, and it's bloody lovely.
Starting this December on the BBC, a gripping soap opera from the writers of The Flying Doctors. Heroes.
Here, I'll bang him out, mate, like.
Villains.
Here, I'll bang her out, I swear down.
Drug dealers.
Hey, will you sort us out with a 10th? Yeah, no way, will I? You still owe us for that 8-ball, you daft ass.
Love triangles.
Yeah, I thought I'd just let them both have a go, you know what I mean?
A gangster's daughter in love with a local policeman.
Oh, he's gorgeous, and he's on 28 grand a year.
Yeah, you are not getting a busy. Truancy at school.
Our mum just lets us nick off. That's not bothered at all.
A court appearance from a dodgy box salesman. Yeah, I'm just trying to put something back in the community. Why should Sky and Virgin TiVo take all the money? I'm doing it for all the people in the communities. How do the locals deal with a foreigner in town?
Well, I'm not happy about that, Billy.
All of these burning issues in new BBC soap, Berwick Hills TS3.
Right, so this is a football podcast, believe it or not. I don't really. You would think it was a cheese and Dragon's Den pitch podcast, wouldn't you? But are you a football fan? And you don't have to lie if you're not. Just say no.
No, I am. I support England.
Yay, England! Very good. So you won't really go and see all.
I have been to quite a lot of football matches. I've been to quite a few when Hull City were in the league. Are they in the league now? They're not, are they? That's how much I don't keep up with it. But this,
they're in it. They're in it.
Yeah,
league.
Not the right league. But they. Yeah, I saw them about 5 years ago. I used to go to the stadium quite a bit, and the first time I went, I saw them get beat 5-0 by Derby County.
Right, so you realised that they're a load of crap, and thought, I'm not going to bother.
Well, no, I went whenever I got a free ticket, and I used to. I've seen some good. One of the best football matches I went to was a couple of years ago. I went to. Remember when David Beckham did a world tour where he did like 7 matches in 7 days, and in Manchester they did like a legends match, and it was like, it was incredible. Some of the best footballers in the world were playing, like Ronaldinho. That's all I can remember. I think David Seaman was in goal as well.
Oh, all right, yeah. I think I might have watched that match. I'm a big fan of them type of games. One day I aspire to play in a celebrity football match because I'm a good footballer. I played in one recently for Boro Fan TV versus Newcastle Fan TV.
Oh yeah,
and we were winning, and then we got beat 2-1, and our goalkeeper started crying, going in a huff because we got beat, and it was just very childish. So I swore never again to play in amateur style fundraising matches. I will only play if there's somebody out of Hollyoaks on there, Emmerdale, or a fallen, TV talent star such as Chico.
I've got a picture with Chico. Like, I used to go to Butlins and I met all the stars. Yeah. Chico, Barry from EastEnders, who else did I meet? The Cheeky Girls, the band Scooch, who else? Linda Lou Sardi, all of them. You name the Sutty, met him.
That's mad, that. I went to Butlins recently with Julie. We thought it was one of them, them party weekenders, but it was a tots weekend, and we had a similar experience with the Teletubbies, Mr. Tumble and Dave Benson Phillips from Getting Home back there.
I won't tell this story actually. I did a panel show with Dave Benson Phillips once.
Wow.
I'll just leave it there.
Okay, I guess there was some serious gunging going on, and you can't.
Yeah, cut that out probably.
Okay, that's fine. That's the whole point of this. We get secrets, and people choose whether they believe them or not. Okay, well, so football. That's enough football talk. Screw that. Let's. Who are your comedy influences then? Who do you look up to and go, they're proper class? Them, you know what I mean? I want to be like them.
Well, my main influences was always people like Lee Evans for the modern things. So obviously that leads on to Norman Wisdom, Markham and Wise, and people like that. My show this year was kind of all about how I wanted to be the next Bruce Forsyth, and I think he's great, Bruce Forsyth, but it was more about how I'd like to achieve what he achieved in terms of such a long career and hosting all these different shows and stuff, because I'd love to be like a game show host and members. I think Michael Barrymore was incredible as well. I know a lot of stuff that went on in his personal life and that, but in terms of, if you look back and see some of his shows, he was a great entertainer.
He's fantastic, Barrymore. Absolutely brilliant. Strike It Lucky was just absolutely class. I used to love it. But I can see where he's
making a comeback.
Is he?
Yeah, he's doing Dancing on Ice.
Oh, good on him. I used to like Barrymore. I can see where you're coming from with these stars, because I've seen you perform a couple of times now, and I can see the influences, and it is good because nobody out there is really doing the style you do, and people love it. Everyone can love it, from old ladies to young lads, and that's great. Whereas my comedy is pigeonholed at dickheads, to be honest, and they love it, so that's good. We have our own markets, but I think you'd be a good quiz show host, Joe. I could imagine you doing Tipping Point better than that Ben Shepherd's.
Oh yeah, but I'd just be I'm addicted to them 2B machines. I'd just want to play it myself.
Yeah. What was it? I mean, last week I talked about how I'd been offered Wheel of Fortune. You'll be good at that. You'll be really good at that.
Well, when do you start on that?
I've not accepted it yet because I'm trying to. I want myself a nice looking piece of flange on the show, like when John Leslie had Jenny Powell, and Countdown as Rachel Riley, and they used to have the Borderman. I want somebody like that, and all I'm getting offered at the moment is Deborah Meenan, and I'm not happy about that.
Why don't me and you host Bullseye? I'll host it, and you'll be in the hockey.
That'll be good, won't it? Yeah. Oh, stepping up to the hockey now. We've got big fat Frank from Wickham. as you can see there, Frank's got a tattoo of an anchor on his left arm because he is working class. Okay, there you go, Frank. Over to you. And yeah, that'll be quite good.
I've been watching, like, when I finish a gig on a Friday or Saturday, usually by the time I get in, the only thing that's on TV is Bullseye. And it's a great show, but I don't know how on earth Jim Bowen got that job. Like, because he has no charisma or he'll do banter, then someone will say something and he'll just go dead and he'll move on. It's so awkward, but that's what's great about it.
Yeah, you're a lovely lass, aren't you? You're a lovely lass. Tell me, are them your own boobs? Doesn't matter. On we go.
Do you know there was a murderer on once?
There was a murder on the show?
No, not on it, but there was a guy that went on it, and he was on Bulls. His guy called John Cooper. Yeah. And he went on the show in he went on the show in 1989, and then the murder. I don't know when the murder took place, but yeah, how mad's that?
That's crazy as well. That's right, you've won some rope and bed sheets, and maybe then he took them home and he used them for a murder.
And Bully's special prize, it's a coffin and an alibi.
Bully's special prize, just walking across the bottom of the screen with a shovel. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, class. You'll be good at Bullseye, mate. You want to get your management agency pitching you for these type of things, mate. You'd be class at that. You really would. I'd watch it.
I might just do like not like a knockoff version of Bullseye. Not call it Bullseye, just get a triple or something like that. It's exactly the same concept, but we just don't call it Bullseye. We'd have to have another character instead of a bull. Yeah. You'd be better as Bully, actually, Teddy.
I couldn't I? I could be like animated. Yeah. Oh, actually, I could just be like superimposed as the real me, just like popping up at the corner. But people might think I'm just doing the sign reading, the deaf people.
But if you walk in, you'll have a huge skiddy on your pants as well, and just point at it when someone scores.
You could have a round just called Skid Mark or something like that. I don't know what you do in the round, but that would be a good link to it. You go, that's right. This is me doing your impression. That's right. We're going to play Skid Mark like that, and then it just go up to me, and I'll just show my skiddy underpants like that, and go, all right.
I've got it. You get. Who do you get? You get a disgraced TV presenter. You get them to come on wearing only their underpants with a skid mark on. They bend over, get on all fours. And it's the closest to shit wins.
That's great. And they use actual real darts as well. Because they're getting paid well for doing this. So they might as well, it doesn't matter if they get a dart in their ass or in the nutsack.
Yeah. Genius. I'm trying to think who would be the pair. You need like a Uri Geller. Get Uri Geller doing it.
Would he not bend the darts?
Well, probably. He wouldn't, would he, though? But he'd pretend somehow that he did.
What about somebody like Russell Grant?
Perfect.
There'd be a big pair of pants then as well, wouldn't there? So it'd give them a good chance. It'd probably be a big skidder.
Oh, yeah. But see if the stars align tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, that, mate. Yeah.
Right, we've got to make that.
Right, put that on the list there.
It's a very ship-themed podcast.
We do talk a lot about asses and body fluids, but that's what the listeners like. I think they can relate to it. Good, I like that. That's very good. Yeah, and your star prize, lifetime supply of chip spice.
Yes.
Would be quite good, that. Yeah, you'll be entering. Very good. So, tell me about Edinburgh this year before I let you go, because you were up there doing your solo show, weren't you, for the first time? How was it?
Yes, so it's the first time I'd done. I've been to Edinburgh for like 6 years, but this was the first time I was doing like my own show. So it was exciting. It was nice. I had some amazing shows. I had some shows where I had one where I had 7 people in, but that actually turned out to be all right because it was 7 people who were on board with it. You'll know doing comedy is sometimes you're just in a gig where it's not their cup of tea.
Yeah.
So that'd have been very awkward if it wasn't, but like it was. So luckily, I think I learned a lot about comedy and how it works and stuff, and how to perform better. Cause you're doing a show, same show, 25 nights. You just get better, and you also learn new tricks and stuff. So yeah, it was really, really beneficial, really.
Good. No, I'm glad it went well. When you said there about when you get an audience that just doesn't get what you're doing, I opened up for my mate Dean Moore's solo show the other week called Willie Thorne Looks Like Tosh from the Bill. And
which is a great title.
It's fantastic. It's a great show as well, to be fair to him. It was one of the first few times he's done it, but it was really funny, really good. But he said, "Oh, Ted, we come and open for me and be me opener and almost MC it a bit for me and stuff like that." And I turned up to this pub it was up in up past Billingham in Stockton on Tees, like a little bit further up. Can't remember where it was now. And it was just literally 7 geriatric members of the audience, and I'm talking like they were well over 60. And when I got me diagram of a man's bum all out, one poor old woman, she nearly died with shock. But I like that. It's a shock factor. So I just carried on and just got even ruder, hoping to make one of them cry. Didn't quite work.
Shock factor. Yeah. That's another one we'll do. Shock factor. I'll host it. You'll be the judge, and they come on and sing. If you don't like it, they get an electric shock.
Yeah, that's good.
And then if they shit themselves, we can take them off stage, bang them in the next studio. We got them for Shit Skit Bullseye.
And then we'll take the underpants off them, and then we've got them for celebrityskiddies.com.
Perfect. That's like the perfect business model. We're getting money from 3 avenues, and it all leads onto each other.
That's it. We've got a production chain there. We really have, where we've got a concept that is entertaining and another one that is entertaining, and then we end up with a product we can merchandise and sell at the end of it.
What are we calling it? Spanky Hanky?
We could call it that, Spanky Hanky.
Try rhyming Gleadow. Good luck with that.
Gleadow. No, I can't do that. What have you got a shit name for? Why haven't you got one that rhymes? We're going to have to change it. Just going to have to call it Jack's Crack.
Jack's Crack.
Jack's Crack. That's it. It's Jack's Crack.
Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack, there you go.
That's been taken, that, hasn't it?
Yeah. You could bring back Cracker Jack.
It's been brought back.
Who?
Sam and Mark are bringing it back.
Little daft Birmingham knobheads. We're going to have a Cracker Jack now. No, there we go. Oh, God. You'll be better at that. I'm going to complain.
But they'll have to modernise it for like modern audiences, won't they? Like, I could crush an avocado.
Yeah. I could rattle a Tamagotchi. Stuff like that. Just makes me relevant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I could get thumb strain off my cell phone. 'Cause that's all people do these days, isn't it? Good. We've got some great concepts there. I like them. I think we'll merchandise a couple of them. Before I let you go and bid you farewell, Jack, have you got any fantastic gigs coming up soon? Because I do have listeners all around the country. I even have some in the US, and at one point my podcast was #1 in Kuwait. So you never know.
I am. I got a weekend in the Boro in. Where is it? It's the 14th of December at the Town Hall, doing one of the comedy club gigs there. So it's a great night.
Is that for the 10 feet tall big mouth comedy ones?
Yeah,
is it Peter Vincent's?
And I'm on Noise Next Door on, I think. Remember Mr. Timkins. It's proper like old school like variety night really. So that'll be great. And then the night after, I'm on just every year in Newcastle, Jason Cook runs a thing called Laughs for Kids, and it's a big charity day. So there's like 2 shows in Newcastle City Hall like 2,000 people, and yeah, so I'll be coming up for that big charity bash. Should be good. So yeah, I'll be in and around the northeast for a bit.
That's class, mate. I'll definitely try and get along to that December the 14th one. So December the 14th, listeners, Middlesbrough Town Hall. We'll share some links a little bit closer at the time where you can get tickets and stuff on my social media page. But you've got a Jack Gleadow comedy Facebook page, haven't you, Jack?
Yeah,
and Twitter.
The best thing to do, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, because Instagram's where I post silly videos now and again, and Twitter's where I have a rant now and again. So they're probably the best.
It is the best. It is the best. I got one. I put one on yesterday on Instagram where I got a phone call and then a video message of Neil Razor Ruddock whilst I was taking a dump as well. So I put that on as a video as well.
Neil Razor Ruddock.
Yeah, you know Razor Ruddock, the footballer and
he's one of the
big
people
man
that I know. And I don't have a clue why I know. And there's just a certain element of some celebrities where they're famous, you know them, but you don't know why or what they've done.
Yeah. They've been on something before, haven't they? And you're like, oh, that's where I've seen him.
Yeah.
Celebrity Fit Club or something like that.
Hey, he'd be good for throwing a dart into his arsehole.
He'd be a good bully, actually. Is it a good replacement bully? Just Razor just comes on. Oh, fucking hell, here we go. Bullseye.
You've only got one, shithole.
There you go, you get an extra 10 points, see if you get it right inside of the old balloon knot here. Here you go. Be good, that, yeah. Well, it might include him. He might end up eating some of our profit, though.
Yeah.
So we need to make
if we get
this,
him on a one-off contract, give him a few beers, 20 quid, he'll probably do it.
I think he'd be happy if we paid him in Skull Lager or something like that. Yeah, he'd be up for that. Good. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, Jack. I appreciate you giving up your time to come on me show. And hopefully all my listeners will give you a like and come to your gig as well.
Cracking, yeah, that'll be yes.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Jack Gleadow there, Mr. Saturday Night himself, old comedian and all-round lovely chap. And he does have a nice moustache, really, not a little naff one, like I said. So there you go.
Download and listen to the Ted Hanky Podcast by order of the Peaky Blinders.
It's time for my favourite part of the show, Ask Ted. This is where all of my favourite people on social medias have asked me a question, and I answered it as honest and as frank as I can. I've not read them until this very moment when I bring them up on the screen, and I more or less answer them live. So sometimes the answers are a bit crap, that's why. So we'll kick it off with top fan Bryce Wilson. Okay, right, Ted, is it illegal to kill an ant? I hope he means an insect eater, not like your mum's sister or something. What it was, I was in Pally Park and I noticed this ant on a woman's puppy's dog's head. So I stood on it and killed it. The woman screamed at me and people were giving me dirty looks. It was just an ant. Have the laws changed? An ant's become an endangered species? Can you ask David Attenborough for me, mate? I think it might be the fact that you might have stood on the dog's head as well there, mate. But I can understand you were trying to protect the dog because it could have been one of them ants that bite or would bury into the dog's head and lay a nest, and then the dog's head would just grow into like a big ant's head and it'd look horrible and that. So I can understand it, mate. There's no point in asking David because he'll just tell me to get stuffed. But a bit of a different question to start the show with this week. I liked it. I did. Good effort. Next question. David O'Hara, grifter or a chopper? It's an easy one, that, David. Always a grifter. You can do more stunts on a grifter than a chopper. And for doing bunny hops up curbs, choppers are a bit crap at that. Whereas a grifter has got nice, strong, thick wheels. So grifter all the way. For me, a chopper is 270s. Next question. Mike Barraclough. Now, Ted, so you know when you and Big Fat Julie are settling down with a spag bol on a rainy Thursday, do you put bacon in it? If not, you should. It's a taste sensation and that. I think you're a bit of a dirty bugger there, Mike. Bacon in a spag bol. I might do up a little bit of Parma ham in. Oh, yeah. But not bacon, mate. You know what I mean? I have a bacon on my breakfast, or I have a bacon sandwich, or I'll have bacon crisps. I won't have bacon in my spag bol. But, Mike, I like the look of your face, so I'm going to try it, and I'll let you know how I get on. All right. John McIntyre. Oh, God, this is an extreme one. Ted, I shaved my bald bag with a disposable razor this morning. Now my sack feels like it's sat in a load of nettles. Really sore. Can you recommend a good cream to ease the pain, or in any chance Big Fat Julie can massage it in for me? I can't organise Julie to come and do that for you, mate, but all you'd have to do really, mate, is flash her a Kit Kat and she'd probably do it anyway. A good cream, I'm always for the old, when you have something like that, a nappy rash cream. A nappy rash cream is always good, like Bipathlon or Sudocrem, something like that. But don't ever put any perfumed moisturiser on it, or what is now a chafed sack will bubble and go red. So yeah, keep it light, mate. Bit of Sudocrem, bit of Bipathlon, and you'll be all right, mate. Yeah, that's what I'd do. Yeah. Tony Seaman, why do you need a driver's licence to buy alcohol when you can't drink and drive? Good question, that, yeah. I think it's probably got something to do with just so that they know that it's you that's buying it and you've not borrowed someone else's ID. Now, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, I'm baffled by that one. It's a good question, that, Tony. Yeah. I support that. I mean, sometimes they ask for a passport as well. You're not going on holiday. Crazy. Next question, Michael Hall. Greg's vegan sausage roll, is it right or wrong? I think it's probably right if you're a vegan. If you're not, then I wouldn't bother with them. You know what I mean? That's why I've not tasted them and I can't comment, because I like a nice meaty sausage. I don't even know what's in a vegan sausage roll. I'm guessing it's either just dust or smoke. Neil Proctor. Recently, I've been saving farts in my money box and wondered if you have any idea who I could sell them to. Have you tried eBay, Neil? We touched on it earlier in the show tonight. There's a market on eBay for salty underwear, or you might even be able to, you could even palm them off a celebrity farts, like, put them in little jars, a bit like the Big FG, with his dream catching and stuff. But you're the fart catcher, Neil. So, look, I've got Bruce Willis's farty, yeah? Anyone want to buy it? $2,000. There you go, mate. Business proposition for you. I might put that on me list with Jack and steal it ideal from you, Neil. So cheers for bringing that to my attention. Richie Austin. All right, Mara. Did Lisa Stansfield ever find her baby, and were social services ever involved? The chances are, because she's from Manchester, social services probably were involved, and she had really short hair as well. Like, it's because she could only afford probably one haircut a year, like those council mums. So she got it cut really short. And, like you said, mate, she lost a baby. She was probably down a park drinking and misplaced it. It happens. So I don't think she did. That's probably why we've never heard from her really since. Yeah, she's probably in jail. Chris Moore, coleslaw or creamed cabbage with a parmo? Neither, Chris, you dirty mucky bastard. What I have with my parmo is either extra chips or extra garlic sauce. Don't ruin a parmo by adding vegetables to it. What's the point in that? You know what I mean? You're not going to counteract all them calories because they wrap all them vegetables in a shitload of mayonnaise. So you might as well just go straight for the garlic mayo. Maybe a blob of ketchup as well if you want to mix it up a bit, you know what I mean. Stephen Race, who's the bigger legend, Juninho or Ravanelli? It's a good question, this, and it's Ravanelli because I think Juninho is only 5'2", so yeah, Ravanelli is the bigger legend. Tony Seaman again. I said, why is it when people are driving and looking for an address, they turn down the volume on the radio? It's a good question, that. Why is it when people are driving and looking for an address, they turn the volume down on the radio? Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I do it as well, yeah. I think it's a concentration thing, isn't it? Because the last thing you want to do is hit the kid whilst I've got some Pato Banton playing or something like that, and then they'll say, "Oh, the police come. Yeah, he was listening to excessive Pato Banton too loud, and that caused his distraction to hit the kid." If I hit a kid driving, I want to do it on purpose, if that sort of makes sense. Yeah, good question, Tony. Again. Jordan Hill, hi Ted, my cousin Leighton Poole is an Arsenal supporter and keeps posting how shit Middlesbrough are and saying, how are they going to get relegated? What should we do to him? Well, at the minute, he's pointing out to the truth, isn't he? So I think what we do is we monitor the situation, and as the Boro get better and better, which they will, and if he continues to give us this abuse about the Middlesbrough, what we do is I think we tie him to an office chair on wheels and we push him down the hill into a beck. Somewhere like the Pleasure Gardens in Thornaby off Acklam Road is a good place to do that. Gaffer tape him to a chair, push him down it, and just watch him sort of flap about in the backwater crying a little bit in his daft Arsenal top. Yeah, okie doke, yeah. All right, who's the best player that's never scored a goal? And that's come from Ian Littlefinger. It's a really good question now. Best Boro player that's never scored a goal. Oh my word. Lee Doncook never scored a goal, did he? But I don't think he was one of the best players. I might have to do a bit of research on that, Ian. Like I say, I look at these blind. I don't ever preempt me responses, and I think I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to say at the minute, Darren Randolph. Yeah, he's the best Boro player that's never scored a goal for us yet. Okie doke. There we go. Bryce said Wilson, I'll let you have another question here. Okie doke. Also, if you have time, can you tell me why Mr. Universe is always won by someone from Earth? Is it the fix? It is, yeah, it is, I'm afraid. Although Schwarzenegger is originally from Jupiter. So, you didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. Wilf Smith, Ted, if you were stranded on a desert island, what 5 things would you take and why? And what would you call the island? I would call it Flange Island, obviously, and I would take with me one incredibly fit woman. I would take one, a woman who was good to talk to and keep me nerves settled and. Probably do a little bit of helping me tidy up, and if I'm doing a bit of DIY, she'll give me a hand in that, you know what I mean? Someone who's there for moral support. Then I would take with me, I'd probably take my iPad, because you need a bit of porn up, don't you? Then I'd probably take number 4. I'd have to take my airbrush, because you can't have bad hair on Flange Island. First rule, Flange Island, you need to have good hair. And then the 5th one is I'd probably take probably a 24 pack of Stella and just knock it in on the first night, and and then just fade away and die. That's how I roll. Liam Woods. Now then, Ted, Vic and Bob's Big Night Out did a sketch, The Man with a Stick. Yeah, I know it well. if it was man with the teeth, all right, I know where we're going here, do you reckon you would get on the show? By the way, my eyebrows are better now. I know what, because I took the piss out his eyebrows last week, didn't I, Liam? Sorry, mate. And now you're having another go back at me teeth. You probably could get quite a few topics, Drew, on my teeth, like, the man with the stick. He had a lot of things, Drew, on his big mask head. We could do a lot on my teeth as well. And to be honest, I'd quite happily go on that show because they're two of my favourite comedians, and I'd be honoured. Such a good question, that, Liam, and good eyebrows. Duncan Phillips, my good mate Duncan Phillips, always buys me a coffee on coffee.com. I said, in my football 6-team accumulator at the weekend, I had QPR to beat the Boro. All my teams won except QPR. Do I blame QPR for being crap or the Boro for being brilliant? Do you know, I'd be gutted about that as well, because everyone was expecting the Boro to lose that game. So maybe by you having that bet, they actually won. So continue to bet against the Boro, Duncan, and let's see what happens. Because if we keep winning, it's you. There you go. Or we keep getting points, it's you. Alex Geddes, I don't know your name, mate. Do this all the time. All right, Mara, what was your best Xmas present as a kid? And was there something you always wanted but never got? I wanted a Mr. Frosty but never got one. Probably because they were rubbish and plastic and broke. Well, I got a Boglin. I was dead happy about that. I've still got me Boglin. Now, me got a Boglin. What else? I always wanted Castle Grayskull. But my dad made me one out of a cardboard box and called it Castle Black Skull and drew a big black skull on it. It wasn't for Christmas, but it was a substitute after Christmas from a discarded Christmas box because I don't think they could afford Castle Grayskull, or they left it a bit too late to go and get it for me, and I'll never forgive them for that. The absolute buggers. That's a good question, that though. Very making me reminisce from the past there. Halfpenny Comedy Club. Oh wow, we've got a comedy club commenting here. This is Halfpenny Comedy Club in Middlesbrough. Have you ever owned a set of Anthony Warrell Thompson kitchen knives? I have done, yeah. I won them in a jumbo sale at a school fair, to be honest, and I owned them for probably 6 days, because as soon as I won them, I appreciated that they were good quality and of a strong value, and I put them on sale on eBay, and somebody bought them. Some fat lad came around, picked them up, got them 40 quid. 40 quid, nice one. What did I get them for the jumbo sale? For free, because I won them on a raffle. Back of the net, get in there. Oh, final question. Scotty Dinsdale. Oh, I like this one. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. If you were a Brazilian footballer, what cool one name would you have? So, like, there's Janino and Emerson. Would you be something like Parmo or Smoggy, or would it be more erotically exotic? Well, Parmo and Smoggy's not very Brazilian, isn't it? I could be like Tedinho. I could be Flangolio. I quite like that one. Flangolio. Flanginio. I would be Flanginio. He's gone on to say, I reckon I know your goal celebration, though. You would run to the corner flag, pull your shorts down, and have a nice message written on the old white grundies. I don't think you can get booked for that either. Do you know what I probably would? Like, I'd have something like up the Boro, just on my undies, or hey ma'am, or something like that. On old Flanginio's underwear. I like that. I might get Flanginio on the back of my Boro top. Flanginio 69. That'd be good. That, yeah, we'll do that. Good. Some good questions there, Maras. Thank you very much for sending them in. Right, well, that brings it to the end of the show. I apologise. We've gone over our usual time limit. We're normally about between 45 and 55 minutes, aren't we? And we're over an hour today. But I hope you've enjoyed the show. Big thank you to me guest on the show today, multi-award winning comedian Jack Gleadow. Look him up, like he said, on Instagram and Twitter. He's on Facebook as well. He's got a Facebook page. One of the best comedians about at the moment. I highly recommend you do go and see him if he's in the local area. December the 14th, like you said there. Give him some support. And as always, thank you to Boro Fan TV and Showcase Comedy for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you again to everyone who sent in their questions for TED Talks as well. Go to Il Molino's restaurant in Stokesley. Check it out for the breakfasts and the Sunday carveries, and they do nice meals and all that. You know what I mean? I recommend it. Go and do it and all that. Yeah. Come and see me. Come and see me, Maras. I'm doing another gig for my good mate Dean Moore's Halfpenny Comedy Club on Sunday, December the 1st. It's a small intimate gig, and it's in Marske by the Sea, and I think it's at somewhere called the Rose and Potter. I think that's right. If it isn't, you'll go to the wrong place, won't you? But tickets at a £5, and you just see Amanda from behind the bar. If you've been to see me before, you probably won't see anything new because I don't have much material, so I might be redoing some of my usual stuff. But you never know, I might write some new stuff and surprise you. I just don't know yet how much time I've got. I've got lots on over Christmas, you know what I mean? So thanks again for listening, Matters. Keep sharing and promoting the podcast, you know what I mean? It's doing well. I love you all. Up the Boro and believe.